Greetings, this is Skylar Saunders saying, what's current? We had a Super Bowl. It was one of the livest, greatest Super Bowls of all time. The only Super Bowl, the second Super Bowl to go into overtime. Mahomes performed. He's got ice water in his veins, if you want to use a cliche. The man is important. He is a vital aspect of the NFL right now. Since Brady is gone, we needed another QB to step up and be the man, and he definitely showed it. They swingers anyway. Abdul Mateen, salute to you, sir. Abdul Mateen. Still waiting on that donation from you. Still waiting on donation. Salute. All right, so it was a great game. Great game. I missed some of it, missed some parts of it, but I caught the best part. I think it was the final play of the game. That last throw was just money. Like, so many people were enjoying that, including Drake, Drizzy. He won $1 million, so you can't really hate on him. You can't. I'm playing with it, but yeah, I am, and you got to put a apostrophe in that before the after you and put a re. You got to put it's you are you. It's you are, not you're doing. It's because that's possessive. That's the possessive case. But anyway, I know what you mean. Abdul Mateen. At least tell somebody else. Let somebody else know about the show. Keep the show alive. I do this all on my lonely. I have no managers. I have no directors. I have no publicists. I have no, I have a graphic designer that I ask, from time to time. Kurt DZ. He's an excellent, graphic designer. But Mr. Troy Star Terrain, he doesn't like to be called mentor, so I'll just call him, a great sponsor. The super sponsor of the show. He is, definitely aided me on how to best present myself. So I definitely appreciate him. So that's all for that. But let's get back to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl was extraordinary. Extraordinary. It was nail biting. I was like, whoa, what's gonna happen? It's locked up at 1919. Okay, what's happening here? Towards the end, and I was just like, who's gonna take this? Could Mahomes fall? I don't think so. I didn't think so for too long. When we first started the game, it didn't look like it because they came out pretty strong. They were losing. It was 10-zip. It was 10-zip at one point, in favor of the 49ers, and it looked like they were kind of not doing too well on defense, and it didn't look too promising for the Chiefs. So it was very encouraging to me to see his name, the man who caught the ball, McCole Hardman, and he will forever go down in history because it was a beautiful catch. Nobody was around him. He was all by himself. He wasn't defended, nothing. He just came in sharp. He just it was just like a glide. It was like Mahomes just passed the ball off to him. He took it and just ran it right into the end zone. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was a great ending to the showcase and everybody was waiting for Kelsey to get up and talk about get your Pfizer shots, and Taylor Swift to get on the mic and saying go Joe 2024. like everybody was expecting that, but that didn't happen. They kissed, and she said, "You just won the Super Bowl," and it looked like a happy couple. And it's almost like the high school. I was just talking about this yesterday. It's like the high school, jock and the female artist or singer or something like that. Everybody is a cliche, mostly about in American culture. But it was a beautiful thing to see. Somebody winning. Who wants to see losing? Who wanted to see the 49ers lose? You wanted to see the Chiefs win. I was like, go Chiefs all week. I was going to Starbucks. I said, go Chiefs. I was at ShopRite. I was like, go Chiefs. I was like, let's go. And I know, how many people, were betting on the game and, betting on the point spread and, parlay and all different things like that. But I have to say, Drizzy Drake, like I said, he won that millie. He won $1 million, straight up. So he had $2 million. So salute to him. If even though everybody on the internet says he's zesty, he's ooh, oh no, he obviously took that in stride because he's got the money. Drizzy's got the money, and it doesn't make a difference what people say on the internet. Unless you're Swizz Beatz, and I want to talk about this for just a few moments. Swizz Beatz, he tried to keep it positive. He tried to keep it, above board. He wanted to, he clear the air, let people know, what time it was. Let people know the exact. Excuse me, I had to adjust a little bit. He wanted to let everyone know the difference between performance and actually just outside of just meeting somebody or greeting somebody. J. Cole has a great video. J. Cole has a video of him dapping I'm trying to think who it was. I'm trying to remember who but he daps up somebody's girlfriend, and it's Gabby, and I'm trying to think about who it is right now. I'm trying to figure it out. Just give me a moment. It was Gabrielle Union. It was Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. And J. Cole just goes over, he daps up Dwayne Wade, and then he daps up Gabrielle Union the same way. He doesn't break in any different way. He doesn't go in for the hug. He doesn't kiss her 2 times on the cheek. You know, he kept it very together. Now I'm not always like that. Sometimes I go out of my bounds. I hug up some girl, but because it doesn't mean anything to me. I know I can find women. Women come to me. I don't have a problem with that. And I have respect for guys, so I know what the deal is. But a lot of people were saying that performance with Usher and Alicia Keys was a little steamy. It was a little too much. Usher, this is what Kiki Palmer's boyfriend was talking about. What's that man's name? Hold on. Kiki Palmer's boyfriend. This is gonna come up with the song. Let's see what his name is. Darius Jackson. He's moved on and made a relationship controversy. So if they're still together, which I think they are, I think that's pretty profound. After the fact that Usher it had such a close and personal reunion with Alicia Keys. I don't know how many times they performed that song since almost 20 years ago. Same thing with the other performers, but especially them because they had My Boo. Like they were really together. Like it was like they weren't really together. It was just a song, and Usher's all hugging and wrapped himself around Alicia Keys, and she's just like, oh yeah, it's all right, everything's cool. And then Swizz Beatz gets on the internet and says, let's keep it positive. Y'all are talking about the wrong damn thing, and they did an excellent job. They did an excellent performance. Did you see the dress? It was a long dress. The dress came up in the air and everything. Like I'm throwing sauce on it, but that's essentially what he was talking about. But it just it got a little too steamy for my taste. So he definitely went on the defensive. He was defending his wife. He was saying, she's an entertainer. She's just like anyone else. It's like, you have to draw on people. You have to realize that this is an entertainment business, and we'll get to that later. But it's an entertainment business, and there's movies, there's films, plays, where there's intimacy. You have to have, be very secure about yourself to have people like literally have sex scenes and show nudity and have all these different, ways of expressing yourself in art. That's one of the key figures of entertainment and art. And it's going back all the way back to the Greeks and stuff like that, because they performed in the nude and sometimes, and only women performed in Shakespearean plays. Or excuse me, only men performed in Shakespearean plays. They dressed up like women a lot of times. So you have to be very vigilant and very aware of the fact that that there's a line that I don't think I'm to be fair, I don't think Usher crossed it. Usher is Usher. Usher knows that he can press buttons and be very provocative and have a different idea about what he is and what he does. But he's a consummate performer, consummate showman. That's why he has residency in Las Vegas, and he performed in Las Vegas. The show itself was great, but it didn't have that same mystique, and it didn't have the same. It felt like a traditional performance, even though it was great dance numbers, great singing, and he changes his outfit mid show. He was sweating like he was an old slave on a Mississippi plantation. But that didn't deter him. That didn't bring him back. That didn't prevent him from being himself. It allowed him to show that he was somebody that was of the moment, in the moment. But Usher, he's his own guy. He's a phenomenon. He's an OG. He's the king of R&B since the former king of R&B caught charges and got convicted and is in prison right now. We all know who that is. R. Kelly, Robert Kelly. So Usher had to take up the mantle, and he ran with it. He's now the reigning person. And I used to hate all the time. People say, "Oh, king of rock, king of hip hop, king of R&B, king of queen of soul, queen of rock and roll." I used to hate that, but now I figured it out. I understand it. In America, you have to earn the title of king and queen. You have to put in the work. In places like Europe and especially the UK, it's all blood and lineage and inbreeding and stuff like that. And sometimes of course they have different marriages, but for the most part, it's like you just can't claim king or queen because of where you are in the line of blood, in the bloodline. But yeah, so it's just goofy. It's just weird, but Alicia Keys can be the queen of R&B hip hop, I guess. If Mary J. Blige or Beyonce aren't in the room, Alicia Keys can definitely claim that title. She's got a slew of Grammys. She's got a slew of awards and accolades and multi-platinum albums, and she's very collected on her own. Greg S. Stepping into the fray. Salute to you, sir. Make sure you tell 12 people, but not 13 people about me. Tell them about me. But don't tell 13 people, just tell 12 people. Leave them guessing. All right, so I appreciate you for coming in, Greg Ass. Make sure you bring in more people, though. So I know you're not bringing in money. You're a broke bum ass nigga. Yeah, so I think, I was talking about yesterday, the word I used the most, I think I said it about 15 times, was spectacle. And it was a spectacle, from Reba McEntire's, national anthem and the jets flying over. I just thought that I just love that whole sequence, because that all takes mind power. That's all takes thinking and processing and understanding and knowing the timing of how and when the song's going to be over and the jets are going to fly over. I think that's so cool. They had the flag on the field. A lot of people take umbrage across it. They say, they shouldn't mix, the country and football, stuff like that. But if you're in the country and you're in this nation, you should be thankful that we have a flag that means something. That means, liberty and selfishness and productiveness and pride and all these things. That's what it really means. It means to be, a whole human being. To be, your own person. It means reason. It means thoughtfulness. All these things combined to form a more perfect union. We're getting there. We're not quite there, but we're working on it. But if you have people like Mahomes, that's what I'm talking about. That's the idea of what you want to be as a human being and an American, or whatever, that that stiff backbone, that strong character, the idealism of you can win, you can prosper. Look, we're down 0-10. That was it in the first half. They're down 0-10. Then they crawl back a few more points. It was like 13-10 or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it was in the second and third, but I remember the fourth. They knotted it up. I think it was 16-16, and it was 19-19, I think. And at that last play was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was a great display of sportsmanship. It was a great display of just knowing the field under pressure. You're in the Super Bowl, in the overtime. You're in, the greatest stage of all. You're at the pinnacle of your powers. And Mahomes is just like, I can do this. I got this. That is the American spirit. That is the American way of life. That is the American sense of life. Can do attitude. Can do. Doesn't matter what, problems I may have in my life. Doesn't matter where I came from. Doesn't matter who I am. It matters not. It doesn't make a difference. So I think that's the best thing. I think that's is great to have such. I have to remember his name, McCole Hardman. That's an unfortunate last name, but I'm sure he got teased for that. Coming up, like you have to pause on his name every time. But McCole Hardman, he's just going to go down in history. He's just going to go down with every piece of footage and every piece of NFL films. The iron, the gridiron, the frozen tundra, stuff like that. And remember they had those NFL films. They're just going to show him gracefully catch the ball and just walk right into he sauntered into the damn end zone. He just glided into the end zone. He just I mean, that is spectacle. That is great. And it wasn't a boring game. I like boring games. If it's my team, if the team I want to win, I don't mind boring games. If they're crushing them by 30, 40 points, I just get to relax. I just get to sit back, eat some popcorn. Okay, no. Greg says he sauntered into the end zone. No, he sauntered with a T. It's a difference, sir. Love your trolling though. Thank you for trolling. I appreciate it. But It was great. I was watching on the big screen. I was watching on the little screen. I was watching, um, Black BLK, which is Plenty of Fists, which is weird. I don't understand how that works, but that's not for me to figure out. But people were live streaming the game itself, and having a good time, having a few drinks and smoking whatever Zaza they had on them. So that was very encouraging, very enlightening to see how many people were really connected to the game, really experiencing it and enjoying it at the same time. It was monumental. It was a monumental game. Salute to Black Cuddy. Black Cuddy, he only Black Cuddy. You come in, you say a few things, and then you bounce. I don't, you not, yeah. You must be working. You must be doing your thing. So I salute you. Salute you. I salute you. Salute to you, Black Cuddy. Yes, you must be working. He said yes. Gotta be working because he comes in. He lets me know I'm here. He's on the job. What do you do, may I ask? If I might be so cavalier to ask you your profession. What is your profession, sir? If you don't want to say it, that's fine too. If you're pumping, work on the block, you don't have to say it. You can keep that to yourself, and I don't only have to worry about it. Rick James in the building. Oh, UPS driver. Okay. That's right. I think we did have that conversation, and I said that there's people with master's degrees that can't get jobs, and you're making more money than people with master's degrees out here being a UPS delivery truck driver, UPS truck driver. So I salute you, sir. Thank you very much for your service to this great nation. Even though you're not in the military or anything like that, you're not in government. You're a great ambassador for a wonderful company. So salute to you. And always remember that. Remember that, I got a 9 to 5. I got a don't let any people say, don't let anyone say anything against you. You have an honest job. You probably, like I said, you're probably making a lot more. Oh, your dad was in Vietnam. Okay, military brat. Okay. A lot of people don't like to be called military brats. I technically was a military brat, even though I didn't move around in different states. My mom was either retired before I was born or shortly after, and we didn't like move in from state to state or all over the world or in different bases and stuff like that. But she was in the Air Force, and like my kids, if I do have kids, when I'm in my 80s, they're gonna be they're just gonna remember. Oh, Daddy was in the military. He was in the Marines. He went crazy. He lost his goddamn mind. He had 100% rating and got tax-free dollars from the government. That's what it is. But yeah, thank you, Black Cuddy. You're on the job. If you have time to check in, say, salute to you, to me. I appreciate that. So thank you. Yeah, Rick James is now. He's a vet. You're 75 right now, Rick James, right? You'll be 76 this year. Is that right, Rick James? But oh man, Super Bowl, whoo! Super Bowl was just fire. It was fire. Like if the Cowboys were in the Super Bowl, I would have to see them win by at least 35 points. 76 on February 18th. That's Toni Morrison's birthday. She died in 2019 at the age of 88. But it's also a close family member who died. Her birthday was on the 18th. Getting diesel I know what you mean. As we speak, getting diesel. That's right. Get strong in the gym. That's right. Put that arm up. Put that bicep up. See that? That's flex. All right, I see 3 people in here, 3 likes. It must be Rick James, Black Cuddy, and Greg S. I'm assuming. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. That helps out the algorithm. particularly her nip. Okay, the best part of the upper O was the Super 12 Swift cameos, particularly her nip slip. I didn't see that, and honestly, as a straight man, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a female, with the nip slip. I don't have to see that. I'd rather see that in private times. I don't want to see that in public, especially for Travis Kelce. He doesn't want to see that in all over, different pages of screens and stuff like that. I'm not, and I'm not even going to vouch for you, Rick James. I have no evidence or knowledge of Taylor Swift's nip slip, alleged nip slip. So I don't have anything to talk about for that. Okay, Rick James, you have to show me. Send me a link. Send me. You don't. Oh yeah, you don't have a wrench. So, but just send me something in my email, skylarsaunders@gmail.com. And while we are talking about it, let me talk about a few of my products, a few of my sponsors. Life Strong Company Apparel, Life Strong Co. Apparel. It's LifeStrongApparel.com. You can get all kinds of products. You can get sea moss. You can get gummies that I still haven't had. I still am waiting on from my man Pang, good guy, friend of mine. He's just a great guy. You want to check out his site? Check out the site. The site is excellent. It's streamlined. It's professional. It's sophisticated. Make sure you check that out. Also, check out BEEJACKSON 5478, B Jackson 5478 on YouTube.com. He's cooking, literally. He's literally cooking. He's got sardines on the platter. He's got chicken. He's drinking non-alcoholic beer. He has a great time. He was playing with me the whole time. Because he was like saying I'm a sellout for liking snow bunnies. Then he comes around with a $10 piece, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. We can deal with that. But subscribe to him on YouTube. Tell him that I sent you, Skylar Saunders. Also, Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube.com. SPIRITSMOOTHTUNES. Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. He's got Najee. He's got Sade. He's got Gap Band, Earth, Wind, and Fire. He's got Peebo Bryson. He's got Luther Vandross. He's got the whole gamut of neo soul, R&B, smooth jazz, quiet storm, all of that in different collections. What Rick James calls sexy time music. So salute to him. He's one of my biggest sponsors ever of this show. So I appreciate him. Also, check out Dot Focus. It's twitch.tv/dotfocus, DOTFOCUS_ just one underscore. That's it. He has gaming skills, literally. He has skills on playing various video games. You definitely want to check out his work on Twitch. He helps me out. He's definitely a big supporter, so I appreciate him. If you want to be a supporter, if you want to advertise or sponsor for the show, go to SKYLERSAUNDERS@gmail.com and join my 100 club by contributing $100 or more in a month to the broadcast. People have done it already for $50. I'm just upping the ante to $100 just to see how much support I can really get. And also, if you have time, make some time. If you don't, I have written a story called The Story About the Star Report. It's all about Mr. Troy Star Terrain's journey on the internet, especially with his shows from Live and Direct, Star Chamber, and of course, the Star Report. So check that out on vocal.media/geeks/ride time. The story about the Star Report. And also, my favorite part is the show when I tell you about how you can pay me. You can pay me through PayPal. That's paypal.me/Skylar Saunders. There's Venmo at Skylerized, SKYLERIZED, and Cash App, $SKYLERSAUNDERS1. And we've raised $0 so far, $160 to go. Use Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal to donate to the show. I thank you. So that was just, the break, saying, yes, marketing, very much marketing. Baja Blast Jackson. Did you see the Baja Blast commercial? Aubrey Plaza and I can't think of his name right now. Hold on. I'm gonna look up his name. Probably. Nick Offerman, that's his name. They're in the Mountain Dew commercial, having a blast. She's in that mode. She has that like dry, deadpan kind of humor about her. So you gotta respect that. All right, enough about all this entertainment stuff. I had to slip in the last minute talking about a Delawarean, and the Super Bowl ads. She's definitely born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware, like Sukihana. I'm representing for Delawarean, personalities. They're far from, they're totally different in presentation and understanding of the game, but I still represent for both of them. But I want to ask just a quick questions. I didn't even do a whole lot of research. To be honest, I didn't even do a whole lot of research. I just have going off the top of my dome right now. Why is it that African Americans, blacks, Negroes, coloreds, FBA, ADOS, whatever they want to call themselves nowadays, why don't they take in the sciences? They got the arts on smash, especially music, but also in plays, sculpture, painting, movies, TV shows, all that is covered. And especially music, like I said. They got that on smash, smidash. Okay? So why isn't there a presence of nuclear physicists, chemists, biologists, and different things like that? Why isn't there a way of, beyond, Black History Month? Because that's it. Because they'll say, oh, well, we have Joey, you're the truth. Joey, you are the truth, sir. I didn't know where you were going. I didn't know if you were real or not, but you are. You gave me that $17 out of your check. I'm asking for more. but seriously, you are the truth. Because for a minute there, you were just saying, "Oh, this is fire. All this content is fire." You weren't giving any donations, but once you hit that donation button, whatever button it was, I think it was Cash App. It was Cash App or PayPal. It doesn't matter. I got the money. So I appreciate you. Yes. Rick James said he dropped 17 pieces on my head. Exactly. That's exactly what he did. So I appreciate him. Excuse me. But getting back to the topic, why did they just reserve 1 month? They say Carter G. Woodson, Percy Julian. They say Charles Drew. They say those are just the scientists. They talk about Booker T. Washington, an educator. They talk about McLeod Bethune. I think her name is Mary McLeod Bethune. And so many other figures. I, for instance, talked about businessmen. He's a businessman, Far Gray. If you don't know about Far Gray, look him up. I'm gonna put him in the chat. Far Gray was the guy that I highlighted in Newark High School as one of the greatest. He's got a news site now, so you can check him out with the news. He's got his own site, but he had to switch his hustles because his first hustle was syrup. He actually invented his own syrup. He created it. He made it available. He was 14 years old when he got his check. His check came back. It was $1 million. He was the first African American to not be in entertainment, to not get an inheritance, and to not get money through drug sales or street sales or anything like that. He just had an idea about inventing his own syrup with flavors, different like strawberry flavored syrup and stuff like that. And he also had different other ventures. He had ventures with publishing. He has ventures with hosting radio shows. He had all kinds of different ideas and different ways of thinking. And I got a massive response because I spoke about him both at my church and at my school. And everybody was like, wow. And I didn't even realize it because that's like that. I was trolling in a way. I was basically trolling. It was a soft troll, but a troll nonetheless. Because in high school, I'm thinking about how we're like 15, 16, some of us 17, 18 years old, and we're all, trying to find our way and trying to go to college. Everybody's like, go to college, go to college. Far Gray never stepped foot in a college as long as I know. He started his business and never looked back. He sold the business for $1 million. That was the difference. And that's how much money he made. But he also took up book writing and things of that nature. And now he has his own news site. Very, very smart, very, sage thought process in doing that. But like I said, I was trolling my school and saying like teachers as well, who are getting paid what, $35,000 to maybe $50,000 a year, if that. They may have bachelor's degrees and master's degrees. Some of them had doctorates. And Dot Focus is live, by the way. If you want to go up to Dot Focus, it's twitch.com/DOTFOCUS_. Just one underscore. He's live right now. I just got the notification. But back to the lecture at hand. Far Gray, he did such good work. He had great work. I just happened to see him on the Tav Smiley show. Tav Smiley was in he was working it back in 2005 2005. This is going back. This is going back almost 20 years ago. But Far Gray definitely had did it. I was just trolling. I was just saying, he didn't have a high school diploma. I don't think he definitely didn't have a college degree. Not knocking it. That's great. If you go to college, get your education, your higher education, that's great. But I was still trolling. Because this is one of the few black people that I looked up to, black men, that didn't get a college degree. The first one was August Wilson. He didn't get a college degree. He graduated from the high school. They gave him a special diploma from the Carnegie Library. He didn't even graduate from high school. Toure graduated from high school, but didn't graduate from college. He took a few courses in Columbia about writing, and that was about it. And of course, Mr. Troy Star Terrain dropped out of high school. Sometimes he says, man, I wish I could have gone back to high school. Maybe I'll become a dentist. And he'd be like, who am I kidding? That's not the life for me. So, it's just very interesting the way, different things come together. So, but back to, what I was talking about before. Why aren't there more celebrated? Because they are in the shadows. We have a few, movies that celebrate it, even though they have the cliches and the tropes. Like you have what's it called? Hidden Figures. About the literal computers. They're actually human beings, computers who did the computation that were black women that, launched the men, the white men especially, into the out of the atmosphere and into space. It was black women who championed that, who were part of that anyway, who definitely were a part of that group. And of course they had the white savior in Kevin Costner's role. He had to be the one to come in and save the day. They couldn't do it on their own. Even when this came out, what was it, 2016? I'm just guessing right now. Hold on. Let me make sure. Yep, I was exactly right. Hidden Figures 2016. Yeah, so why isn't this celebrated more? There are thousands, if not maybe a million, maybe millions of, you know, astrophysicists that aren't named Neil deGrasse Tyson. There are probably more, people that get billing as, top rank, scientists, and that's the question I had for, earlier, this a few months ago. Why are there zero? There are zero Nobel Prize winners for medicine, chemistry, or physics that happen to have high concentration of melanin in their skin. Zero, none. And I'm not mad at that because Negroes have the opportunity to make their own award and disseminate, as many, different kinds of prizes as they can. What's stopping them? What is impeding black people, African American, Negro, colored, ADOS, FBA, whatever they want to call themselves? What is impeding them from having different ideas, about science explored? Why is it does just have to be, mixed race people like Stephen Curry and um, Patrick Mahomes? I always mess up his name. But does it have to be that? Does it have to be mixed people and entertainment and sports? Or are they black, or do they claim to be black? Or what is the case there? Is it political? Is it? You guys tell me. I'm still, confused. I mean, I'm not confused, but I'm just it's just a head scratcher. It's just makes you wonder. It's a weird kind of thing. It's very weird because there's so much history, and there's so much, truth behind in the reality of the black experience in America. And I still question, why is it that entertainment and the arts have taken over for so much? Why isn't it the sciences? Why isn't the science part of, the grand scheme of things? That's the most important. You got people like, finance is kind of like a science, I guess you can say. But you have like Robert Smith. He's a billionaire. He's somebody that's very prominent. He got prominent mainly because he gave away money for students to go to college. And he definitely made it possible for them. That's what he's known for, his philanthropy, not for his work, not for his excellence in, banking and finance. And we have, also other people. David Stewart. Dave Stewart. He's a black billionaire. He has a company all about technology. It's literally called Worldwide Technology. So, um, David Stewart is definitely one of the best. He's ranked 239th on the Forbes 400 list of American billionaires in 2019. So he may have moved up, he may have moved down in, the 5 years since, he was ranked. But still, he's calls wide web technology WT a systems integrator. Its focus is on the implementation of enterprise-wide imaging, conversion services, and telecommunication networks. It is based in St. Louis and is one of the largest private companies in that city in Missouri. So that's, I mean, I'm not Don't take this as a whine or, like, how come they can't get their things right? I'm just trying to highlight how, the blackness, whatever level of greatness that may be found in people that happen to have a higher concentration of melanin in their skin. I'm just trying to, say how that is possible and why the arts and entertainment are usually called, in sports are usually taken over. They take over the whole idea. What is it about, you know, when you have people that are about sports and entertainment? That's what Jay-Z said. All us blacks got is sports and entertainment until we even, he said that. And this is in 1996. And it's still the same case. It's the same way. This is going on 30 years ago that he said that. That's how, powerful, his voice was. And he's an entertainer. And he said, you can't knock the hustle. I'm not knocking the hustle. Hell, what am I doing? I'm entertaining. I'm on the entertainment track. I'm doing something that, is informative and news-based and based in reality and truth. But I hardly could even pass biology, chemistry, or physics, to be honest. Is that the reason why? We're so, brainwashed as people of a higher concentration of melanin, that we say, oh, I got to go for, sports and entertainment. And that's another thing they do too. They say, back in the day, they say, oh, well, this isn't really a good, fit for you. Maybe you should be a janitor, or maybe you should be, you should work with your hands. Maybe you should be a plumber. All great professions. Janitors can make up to $50,000, maybe $60,000 a year, depending on their seniority and if they're a manager of other, janitors and things like that. Excellent career, excellent idea. You're providing a vital service. Same thing with a plumber. Plumbers probably make what, $90,000 to $100,000 a year, maybe more. So, but that's not what they mean. Now I'm saying they, I mean anybody. I'm saying black people, white people, red people, yellow people, brown people. That's not what they mean. They mean that, oh, you're a Negro, you're colored, you're an African American. That's all you're gonna do. Since you can't do sports and you can't be an entertainer, this is the best thing for you. Like that's the condescending, degrading kind of tone they take, whoever they may be. Like I said, white, brown, red, yellow, and different. Red, doesn't matter who it is. It's the same idea. Even black. Some black people say, "Man, what you doing? Why are you doing this? You don't need to be doing nuclear physics. What are you doing with a nuclear physics book? What are you trying to go to school for nuclear physics for? You're not going to be able to find a job in nuclear physics. What are you thinking of, man?" That's what black people, are crabs in the barrel. I could be a crab. I haven't pulled anybody down yet, but I could be a crab. I could be a crab in the barrel. Where do you think you're going? You gotta get down here with us. What's happening? That's like what Troy Star Terrain said. Where do you think you're going? You can't get out of this barrel. I'm gonna pull you down. Pull you down with us. Where's warm? Where you're safe. Because that's what it really is. That's what it boils down to. Safety. You have to feel safe. People are. Why is it a pause, Rick James? Why are you pausing? Pause on what? Why are you? You can be a crab, okay? So yeah, you know what a crab is? Crab is actually, if you just discover history, the reason why cancer was named a crab is because they look like it, or crab was named cancer, because cancer cells look like little crabs. That's when they first discovered them, and they named them cancer after the cancer of the crab, the sign. Just a side note. Just a side note. Medical history, by the way. Um, is the infection in the public region? Oh, okay, okay. Ha ha ha. I'm talking about actual like the crabs you eat, like those. The crabs are in the ocean. You're just being funny. I know what you're doing, Rick James. That was ha ha ha. Haha, the joke's on me. Ha ha ha. I got 4 people in here with 4 likes. I'm not mad. This is a good sign. This is a very good sign. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Now it's back to 3 people. But I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this topic. Because it's something I always wanted to get off my chest. And at my church, it was amazing. When I was a believer, whoo! It was crazy. I read the paper. The paper said, and he earned $1 million at 14 years old. They were like, oh my God. And they started clapping. They were like, yeah, wow, Jesus, hallelujah. Thank you, thank the Lord. They weren't ready for that. And then like one of my, I guess friends of the family or close acquaintances, she got up there and talked about Harriet Tubman. And they're like, we heard this before. We got this. And I kind of felt for her because it's Harriet Tubman. You know, she was, an instrumental part of American history, not just the African American history, but American history. Yeah, so that was strong. That was very, moving time for me because they were impressed. They were very, taken by the fact that I could, to present to them somebody who was about money, who was about making money, an economic, kind of a short lesson in economics to people that were making maybe what, I don't know, $40,000, $50,000 a year, as a aggregate, as a average. I don't know how much people made in my church, but they definitely cheered at the part that I said $1 million. Nobody in there, I think, was a millionaire. I don't know. Maybe they were, but they weren't ready for that. And so I was trolling them too. So Far Gray will forever go down in my mind, as one of the greatest. And actually, I got to meet him. He was in Wilmington, Delaware in 2005. And there's a short clip. If you put in Far Gray, and I think Wilmington, Delaware, or something like that, you'll see me on YouTube. There's a YouTube clip that last time I checked is still up. I could be wrong, but that was the last time I checked. It was up on the site. But I think that was, extraordinary to be able to meet one of my idols. I think out of the 4, obviously I couldn't meet August Wilson. He had just passed away recently. So, okay, I'm not the face of Wilmington, Delaware, Rick James. Newark, Delaware, maybe. I was born in Dover, raised in Newark, and I plan to live in Wilmington. That's the difference. So that's what drives me, is to be completely honest with you. That's the part where it comes so seriously. Yeah, so Far Gray, he definitely inspired me. He definitely had a great lasting impact on who I was and who I chose to be and what I chose to be. Yes, exactly, yes. That was the cameo. He gets paid for his role, so don't worry. Raise your glasses. That's right. Yeah, salute to Papa Saunders. That's right. But Far Gray definitely had the lasting impact on me, especially because he was just so young, and he didn't make it off of rapping or dancing. I remember at an Objectivist conference, this one young female said, "Oh, you rap?" That's what it was. And I was just like, only thing I rapped in my life was a gift. That's all I said. Let her know what time it was, because she expected, he's a Negro, he's colored, he's got to be a rapper or something like that. He's got to be a dancer. None of those things. I just report the news and different ideas in an entertaining fashion. Not a rapper, not a dancer. I respect rappers and dancers, just like basketball, just like anything. Anything that you love or you could find passion in, or find to be enjoyable or great, people are going to denigrate you for it. There's jokes. There's like, how do you stop 10 black men from raping a white woman? You throw them a basketball. Like that, like it's a joke, but it's like it goes against women. First of all, it goes against black men, but it also goes against black men and their chosen profession of basketball. It seems like that's the only thing they can do. Like dancing, that's the only thing they can do. That's it. You have people like, Ryan Leslie, who went to Harvard. You have people like John Legend, who went to the University of Pennsylvania. You have people like Alicia Keys, who went to Columbia. She graduated from high school at 16. She's a very intelligent young lady, or older lady, maybe. I don't know. She's a little up there in years. Not to disrespect her or anything. I'm just saying, she's seasoned, I'll say. She's a seasoned saint. Yeah, well, people say that. People say that joke all the time. I got, too many jokes. I stole some of these jokes from, Mr. Chorsaw Terrain and Paul Mooney. What how many let me see. What do apples and niggers share? What's the similarity between apples and niggers? I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. They both look good hanging from a tree. That's just one of the examples. So it's just little things like that. You have to have that strong backbone, a strong mind to reveal these different jokes. It takes a strong stomach. It takes a strong mind. It takes a strong brain. Everything to withstand this onslaught of racism. That's what you have to do. Because I can't say, even though I don't say I say I'm FBA. It's the closest thing I can say, Foundational Black American, because my skin color just happens to have a certain amount of melanin concentration. I was born in America, and my family is descendant from Americans. I don't know if they're all descended from slaves. I would have to go through, I guess, Skip Gates and his hating ass. He's a hater. Skip Gates is a hater. He hated on August Wilson. He said maybe he was possibly, so successful because he could pass, because he was light skinned. Like he had an option over that. Like he had what did he not use that for his advantage? Of course, do that. Wouldn't he? I'm light skinned. Let me make these plays about the African American experience. 10 plays covering the entire century of the 20th century. Every decade. Here's something. How do you keep a secret from a nigger? I give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. You put it in a book. That goes along with my story. That goes along with my past few minutes of talking. The idea of, blacks don't like to read or don't want to read, or, they say that about, people in general, black men especially. Black men don't read. Women only want to read. Black women only want to read literature about black women, and it just goes on from there. It's a shame. It's sad, but it's a fact. It's real. But yeah, so that's the part we have to deal with. It's something that we have to explore. We have to continue to fight for, everybody. There should be American history all year. I put it in my article. It's Black History Month. I said like McDonald's failed 365 black 365 or 365 black, whatever the case may be. They changed it into black and golden or something crazy. It's a new phase of them trying to rebrand themselves. But But Black, they've done their research. I have 2 people watching with 6 likes. I like that, but it's weird. 3 people now watching, 6 likes. It was up to 4. Last part, the most I've seen was 4 people on here. But yeah, so entertainment and art, beautiful, wonderful, great expressions of human condition. But where are the scientists? That's all I want to know. Where are the men of color, women of color who are going to champion science? Things that really make up things that are in existence, that are to be created, not just inventors and people like that, of course, but just hard scientists, your chemists, your physicists, your doctor, your physicians, different things like that. So 7 likes, 4 views, and it's been an hour. Baja Jackson on the check-in. Salute. Baja Jackson comes in right when I'm about to go off. Pause. Baja Jackson has a wrench. He can promote whatever business he has. He can do whatever the hell he wants on my show. He definitely, and I promoted you, sir, Baja. I promoted you earlier. So definitely, check out Baja Jackson, B Jackson 5478 on YouTube. Definitely check him out. Let him know that I sent you. I know he's in the chat. He definitely gives, great feedback, and also scratch. He puts up money. I appreciate that about him. Thank him for that. But I'll open up for questions. There's 3 people in here, so if you have any questions, anybody have any questions about the topic, I'm gonna try to remember these jokes. I'm gonna have to write them down. I used to have a few. I used to write them off. Can't remember them on the spot right now, but how do I get this? Go. Okay, the floor is open. The library is open for reading. Best Super Bowl commercial. Ooh. Best Super Bowl commercial. I think I like the serious ones. I think it was Kia. The Kia one where the father or the grandfather and the daughter or the granddaughter go out. She's on the ice and she does this really great maneuver, really great action, and he puts on the window a 10 and she sees that. I was like, oh, I see. They like to mix it up. Most of them are are commercials that are geared towards humor. That's what most of them are. They try to appeal to the humor in you, and but the best one that was my favorite. It may not be the best, but that was my favorite one. I like the series, and of course you have the Clydesdales and Budweiser. Every year they come up with something different. They had they had the dog and they lick the mouth or the nose of the Clydesdale. I mean, everybody's like, oh. So it's just little stuff like that. It's all programming. It's all within the market. Madison Avenue has to come up with just the right amount of exploring. The first commercial I saw though was in relation to the Wizard of Oz, Wicked, and that that drew up flags for me. I was like, let me toss my flag in the air. The black woman has to be the witch. I don't know if they had that on stage. I think the woman from Glee, they called her Adele Dazeem. Uh, uh, Adina Menzel. That's what that's what John Travolta called her at one of the award shows. Favorite part of the bowl. My favorite part of the bowl was last play. That last play was so seamless, so non-controversial. It was so on point. It wasn't like they had to go and check, move the chains or check, the booth and have to see what happens in New Jersey or wherever the case may be. They have to review. After review, we ruled this a touchdown or anything like that. It was just completely seamless and completely clean, clear. No fuss, no fighting, no going back and forth. It was just a beautiful play. No, he did not. Papa Saunders was not feeling the Super Bowl at all. As you can see, this is his room, and this isn't that they did not show up in the Super Bowl, so he wasn't feeling it too hot. He did not watch it. He didn't watch any of it. He watched part of the spectacle. He liked the Super Bowl performance. He liked Usher. He liked the songs that they play. Do you think Taylor Swift's boyfriend scored that night? Clever wordplay. I think they had a good time. They had a good time. That's all I can say. They had a good time. Will you ever join the Jehovah's Witness? No. Why would I? I have nothing to do with that. Robert Nasir. Black History Month is American History Month. Everything, every bit of blood and toil that stains the soils of Jamestown, Virginia, Watts, Los Angeles, California, Detroit, Michigan, Chicago, Illinois, New York City, Atlanta, and Georgia, and all parts in between. The thread of black minds has been thoroughly woven into the fact of the nation. Scholar Saunders. Thank you, Mr. Nasir, and thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's just how I see it. I don't see myself as a black person. I see myself as a person of color because I'm aware of the fact that I put that in the article. I put that in that article. I said, people used to call me like, why are you acting white? Why are you talking white? And that usually means, you're talking with intelligence, you're talking with, a sense of importance about yourself. You're speaking with self-esteem. You're not speaking broken English. You're not saying who ain't not nothing, never, not never. You're not speaking like that. But this is what I've learned to understand. The reason why I think people do that is because if they're not, I say it's ill acknowledged because it's not. They may not think of it consciously, but they could be warning people. They're warning people that, like, okay, you're associating with these people that are white, but when the cops come around, they're not going to look for the white person in the group. They're not going to look for all the white people. They're going to be looking for you. They're looking for the black man. And even more, if it's not just the cops, it's the Ku Klux Klan or neo Nazis or anarchists or anything like that. I mean, that's just the way it is. But salute to Robert Nasir. Everybody in the room say salute to Robert Nasir. He's an objectivist. He is a great man. He is one of the my sponsors. I'm trying to get him into the $100 club, 100 club, contributing $100. He's only got $90 more to go. But no, I appreciate him. He's definitely one of. I'm glad he's here because I was just about to check out. I got over an hour, that I put in, but I opened it up for questions, and I appreciate that. Thank you for reading my post, Mr. Robert Nasir and Mr. Rick James, because you are definitely somebody I look up to as well. You definitely have brought in people that we don't really mess with anymore. Yeah, like BS. I don't even say his name anymore. But opinions on Mormons. Well, it's the same thing. They're under the impression they're under the spell of mysticism. They're irrational. They function on another level of understanding that is based on not facts but feelings and faith. It's not truth. And it's just like anyone else. This is like the Baptists and the Methodists and the Catholics and the Protestants and everyone else. Everyone. Even and that's just the Christian faith. Look at the Muslim faith. They have so many factions there. They have the Ba'ath, they have the Sunnis and the Shiites, and you have Jews, you have the Hasidic Jews, you have the Ashkenazi Jews. There's so many different ways of understanding it. Rick James says, I fired my plumber after he left your stream the other day. I don't understand what you're talking about. Would you rather date a Mormon or a Scientologist? I'd rather date neither. I'd rather date an objectivist, a young female who knows about Ayn Rand. I was in Black, which is Plenty of Fish, pretty much. But I was on there, and they had two women. I asked two women, what is your favorite Ayn Rand novel? And she said, I never even heard of her. And the other one said, I never even heard of her. I never heard, I don't even know who that is. So we have a lot of work to do. I want everybody in this entire globe to at least know who Ayn Rand is. Make up your own mind. Say, no, Ayn Rand, she had great ideas or whatever the case may be, and she had great novels, and I can understand her philosophy, but it's not really for me. And I could respect that. I could at least respect that. But I want you to know who she was and who she is on the paper. She's still alive on her, in her articles and her essays and her plays and her novels. They're very much so alive. That's why that's one of the first things I loved about reading, is that you speak in the present tense. He writes. Shakespeare writes. He's not writing anything, but within the context of reading, in the context of writing about different works, that's what makes it special. Are you familiar with Unwind with the Sweeties, Objectives show? Unwind with the Sweeties. I never heard of such. Let me look it up. I think you're wrong before I even. I think I've been here before. I'm checking it out right now. Yeah, this isn't. No. See, I did see this, and this is not it. This is very ugly. This is very, disturbing. I don't want any part of this. I think it's pretty ugly and disturbing. No thanks. I'll pass. Not an objectivist show at all. It is not. You prove it to me right now how it's an objectivist show, and I'll watch it. Prove it to me. You gotta prove it. Let me see. Let me understand. Let me get a fair shake of what it is. Then we can move on. I got 3 people in here with 7 likes. I'm not mad at the likes. Can we get it to 10? Can we get to 10 likes before I get out of here? Because I'm about to get out of here. I want to go, but I saw my man Naser. Satire, exactly. It's satire. Satire is fine. Satire is great when it's aimed at the right people, aimed at evil, aimed at viciousness. That's great for satire. Not the good, not the healthy, not the beautiful. That's not good. When you have satire against, the good for being good, that's all. That's evil. That's awful. No, I will not watch it because you still haven't convinced me that it's something that is worth watching. So I will not be able to watch it. I will not be watching it anytime soon. So yeah. So just to recap the show before I go, didn't mean to rhyme there, but oh, here's another one. What does a nigger do after sex? This is what makes me laugh. 3 minutes. I'll give you 3. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 15 to life. What's long and hard on a nigger? I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The first grade. Oh my God. I love this. I love it. It's great. All right. So on that happy note, I think I'll pack it up. I don't think I'm gonna get to 10 likes, but I don't care. I got to talk to Rick James. Black Cuddy came in. Baja Jackson stopped by. Joey even came in. Of course, Abdul Mateen, and also Greg S for a short while. And without saying, Mr. Robert Naser came in. I appreciate that. So, and of course, my main man, Rick James. I thank you very much. And I thank all of you who are viewing. Oh, okay. We got 9 views. Can I get to 10 views? Can I get to 10? With one person on here, whoever that is, 2 people on here. 2 people on here. Went up to 9. I'll stay on. No, it's not. I don't see 10. I see 9. So I just go by the God that I serve, the algorithm. That is the new God that we all worship. We all praise. So that's what I like to say. You can say there's 10. I'm just saying from my point of view, my perspective. I wish I could screenshot it. I don't know how to, I can't remember how to do that. But it says 2 people viewing and 9 likes. That's what it says. That's what it reads. That's what it reads right now. So I really do appreciate everybody that came through. It may go up to 10 likes, may go up to 1,000 likes. I don't know, but I appreciate everybody that came through here, and well, I will see you tomorrow. Take care.